something pretty intense.
Yeah.
This news story about the U.S. government using military aircraft for deportation flights.
Military aircraft.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're looking at an ABC News video report.
Okay.
It's raising a lot of questions, for sure.
I bet.
Yeah, this is like the first time this has happened.
Really?
It's the first time that the U.S. has used military aircraft like C-17s.
Like the ones they use for troops?
Yeah, exactly. Those big cargo planes.
Wow.
To fly undocumented immigrants out of the country.
And where are they sending them?
The report showed the first flights went to Guatemala.
Okay.
With something like 160 people on board.
So this is a new thing, huh?
Yeah, this is pretty unprecedented.
I mean, we've heard about increased security at the border.
Right.
But this is definitely stepping things up.
Yeah, this is a whole new level.
Yeah.
And we have to see this in the context of,
Right.
everything else that's happening.
Yeah. All the changes with immigration policy.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have to remember, back in 2019,
Okay.
the Trump administration declared a national emergency at the border.
That's right. I'd forgotten about that.
And they sent 1,500 active duty military personnel down there.
To beef up security, I remember.
Yeah, and this deportation thing with the military aircraft.
Right.
It's like an escalation of that whole strategy.
Makes sense.
And the report shows some pretty striking visuals.
All right.
They actually show migrants.
Okay.
Some of them in restraints.
No.
Even being led onto these huge military planes.
Yeah, that's
It's a powerful image.
definitely.
What do you think they're trying to say with that?
Well, it seems pretty obvious.
Yeah.
They're projecting an image of force,
Right.
strength.
Yeah.
Like they're taking control of this situation.
Yeah, for people who are,
Right.
for those who support stricter immigration policies.
Right. Exactly.
This might be reassuring to them.
Makes them think the government's taking action.
Right.
But to the rest of the world.
Right. I don't know if that's the message they want to send.
Yeah. It could look really aggressive.
Yeah. Almost like a show of force,
Yeah.
Some might even say dehumanizing. That's a good point.
Using military might like that.
And it really brings up a lot of ethical questions.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
About how we're treating these people.
Right. Are these the right tactics?
Exactly.
Bro.
And then you have Tom Hammond.
Who's that?
He's the former acting director of AC,
I see.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Okay.
Sometimes people call him the border czar.
Okay.
He's in the report, and he's very straightforward.
About.
He says this is just the beginning of a much larger deportation campaign.
Oh, so this is going to be a regular thing.
That's what he says.
Wow.
He actually uses the word commitment.
Yeah.
He says, and I quote, "Is that going to be a constant commitment
For constant commitment.
from the U.S. military every single day to take deportees out?"
Every day.
Yes.
Wow, that's quite a statement.
Right. Like, is that even possible? Yeah. Can they really do that every day?
Logistically
Yeah.
and financially.
Right. And
Yeah.
what about the relationships with other countries?
Exactly.
I mean, are they all going to be okay with this?
And the report mentioned something else, too.
What's that?
Nationwide ICE raids.
Raids.
Yeah, they arrested over 500 undocumented immigrants
Wow.
in just 24 hours.
Yeah, all across the country.
Yeah, multiple cities.
That's a huge operation.
And it sounds like they were targeting people,
Okay.
undocumented immigrants who'd committed serious crimes.
Right.
But even Holman admitted
Yeah.
that not everyone they arrested fit that description.
So they were just rounding people up.
It seems like it.
I mean, how do you even do that?
There was this one incident in Newark, New Jersey.
Newark.
Yeah.
Okay.
ICE agents raided a small business.
They just went in?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they didn't even have a warrant.
No warrant.
No.
That doesn't sound right.
And they ended up detaining U.S. citizens.
They detain citizens.
Yeah. So you can see how this could lead to problems.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people getting caught up in these raids.
Yeah, what they call collateral damage.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a serious concern.
And it raises questions about due process,
Hey, are people's rights being violated?
Right. And what about the impact on communities?
Yeah, people are going to be scared,
Exactly.
mistrustful.
Right. And then you hear Holman's message.
Okay.
It's a direct warning to anyone in the U.S. illegally.
What does he say?
He says, if you're in the country illegal, you're on the table.
On the table.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're in the country illegally, you got a problem.
Wow, that's pretty harsh.
Right. It's like a threat.
Yeah, it's meant to scare people.
And it's part of this idea of self-deportation.
Self-deportation.
Yeah, the idea that if you make life hard enough,
Okay,
undocumented immigrants will just choose to leave.
right.
But is it that simple?
No way.
People have lives here, that
Exactly.
They have families, they work, they're part of the community.
It's not easy to just up and leave.
Right.
Especially if you've built a life somewhere.
Right. And think about the impact if they did all leave.
Yeah, what would happen?
What would happen to the industries that rely on them?
Right, like agriculture,
Yeah,
construction.
exactly. And what about the economies of these communities?
Right, would they just collapse?
And the social fabric, you
Yeah,
know?
it's all connected.
Right. It's not a simple issue.
No, it's very complex.
So it makes you wonder,
That what?
is mass deportation even achievable,
That's a good question.
given all the challenges?
Right, the logistics, the costs,
Exactly.
the ethics of it all.
Right. And is it really the best solution?
Yeah. Are there other ways to handle this?
Are there more humane approaches, more
Yeah.
practical approaches?
It makes you think.
So after all this, I'm left thinking,
Yeah,
is mass deportation really a sustainable solution?
good question.
Or are we just creating a whole new set of problems?
Yeah, that's something to consider.
It's something for all of us to think about.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Keep exploring this issue
It's important.
and form your own informed opinions.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening.
See you later.